All right, Lisa. So, I got my potatoes frying, and it's in a little baking pan, but it's set up by establishing. It's messy. Establishing it sits against that so it doesn't fall off. This is such a dangerous way of cooking. I mean, not really. I know what I'm doing, but I don't want to teach others. Um, there's Sammy again hiding. Hi, Sammy. He thinks he's gonna eat. He knows, he's patient when I'm cooking. He knows he can have something. He don't like potatoes, but he'll get something. I mean, I try to give him fried potatoes. He don't like them, which is weird. Um, so I was thinking about, like, when I was talking about, like, side gig, one of the things that I was watching on YouTube or whatever, how to build an audience is to wonder about something and then invite your audience to wonder with you. Like, I'm curiosity, can I do this? So my wondering will be, along with making the video channels work and making the movies, is to how do you make money, like a side gig? And so here's a couple of mine that I'm working on. And you can wander with me. You don't have to do it, but you can wander. Well, the Hadassah box, which is the Esther, like Esther was named Hadassah, and she prepared for a year to be married to the king, and beauties and oils and advice. Well, the Hadassah box is once a month. You get beauties and oils and advice of how to make your spouse happy, how to make yourself happy. What are the principles of a marriage? But you're getting the beauty preparations along the way with the advice, like a membership box. All right, so the second one is how much I hate waste, and that's why we have so much stuff in here. Like I told you about these, those were they sold those for $20 a piece, and I got 10 of them. And then that right there is just felt and foam, and I'm gonna sell that for Valentine's Day. And then, like, for example, I worked at Ragu for a while, and Ragu is set up in Owensboro, Kentucky. That is their where it's set. And I wasn't there long because my car broke down. But whenever they have like a 12 pack of Ragu all packaged together, and they find one with a crack, they threw the whole 12 in this container. They're going to throw it away. Like, and I met a Ragu person later, and I said, why don't you let people come and grab those, and they can, like, give it to poor people or whatever. So what I'd like to do, and there's so much waste. Um, when I was married to Mark, my last husband, who I do not like, he had this big old Victorian house on Center and Fifth, not Center, Fountain and Fifth in Evansville. And it was crumbling some, and the bricks in the ceiling was messed up. Well, I don't know why, but he ended up, someone reported or whatever, and he went before the judge, and he made the judge mad. So the judge ordered him to raze the whole house. Raze, R-A-Z-E. In other words, it was torn down. Evansville has a lot of that. And so we ended up salvaging a bunch of bricks. I ended up laying a brick sidewalk at our other house, which was a yellow brick house. Believe it or not, we had a yellow brick house, and like it had real wood paneling on the wall, and we pulled that down. Oh, how much work that was, and it's sitting at Mark's rotting. And it had crystal doorknobs, so basically someone can go and make a business out of salvaging. Absolutely, make a business out of salvaging raised houses. And then, of course, the stuff I find that I've already told you about. And basically, like pallets, there's so many uses. You can make for Adirondack chairs with pallets. And like cardboard. So much cardboard's thrown away. And you can make like cardboard blocks by um, soaking them in water and then pressing them into blocks. And then they could be like um, fire starters. There's so many things. And so that's the second one, a rehabbing things. And I told you about rehab, where you take people in homelessness, rehab them by them rehabbing a house. And I've already mentioned this to the director of the main shelter here, the Patino shelter, Harry Pedigo. I mentioned that to him a little bit. And then the resale stuff, basic resale, like through the thrift store, the Art Around the Corner shop. And I'm letting them develop as they go. That's why it's taking so long. I'm not really good at focusing on one, because what happens when I focus on one, someone sucks the energy out of it. I don't know how to say it. But if you work on something, people love to just join up and then crash it. Not everyone, but there is a certain type of person, and they're very drawn to me. And I imagine to you too. And my friend David has that problem too. Um, but let's see. So you have the Hadassah box, you have the resale, and you have the rehab stuff, rehabbing what's thrown away. And like when I do cooking, prep cooking, there's so much food, like ends of food, like vegetables and stuff that's thrown away, like potato scraps or whatever. If I have a farm, then I can feed my chickens with. Because I look at this stuff and think, oh, there's nothing you can hand me that I couldn't figure a use for. This is a problem. That's why it's messy in here. Messy, that's my clothes. See, you're getting a view of how messy I live. And this is neat compared to what I had it. I'm learning not to bring stuff in. Literally, I go to the Michael's dumpster to throw my stuff away. And like a lot of times I'm like, when nothing's in there, I'm like, thank God, because I would have picked it up to save it, So, and then the writing, like what I'm doing with my writing. Maybe the short stories will sell. If not, I still like writing them. And the filming, like my little videos. So I got a lot going on, but I enjoy it as long as I don't like get in trouble with like running out of gas, or I hate that, or other things that need to be done with my car that I'm holding my breath on, because I have a few things that need to be done, but I'm waiting for a few things to come through. That estate thing has not come through. Reba's trying to take another total of thousands so far, and I'm not letting her. She's going to do it. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. And I pray for me. I have maybe a job option. And I'll tell you that when it's done, because if I talk too much, it won't mess it up. But if not, we'll just keep going. God keeps handing me things. But like I said, there's so many things that you could just refurbish. And our society said, oh, if it's old, throw it away. No, that is not how it works. Along with the fact that they throw garbage on that needs to be in the dumpster on the ground. Okay, so that's my little obsession. He's licking his legs because, see, you can't see it, but his legs. He does that when he's upset that I'm not doing something. He knows it's what he does when he's anxious, but when he doesn't get what he wants, he does it too. All right, love you, Lisa. Bye, and tell your husband I said hi. Bye, Kurt. I said hi. All right, bye.